What's up, y'all? I needed somewhere to yell about the Pacers trade right now, and I also just been a minute. I'm gonna tweet this out, but I can't believe it. You know what? Happy trade deadline, everyone. I'm gonna try to not be upset about this whole thing because oh my god, I can't believe they did that. Why? Oh my goodness, there's absolutely no way they really did that. I Why would the Pacers do that? Why? Why? Just tweeting out the link to this. I'm so upset. Zubac went for more first than AD did. Yeah, thanks. I know he did. Thank you, man. I have a page. I have a sub-active Patreon that I just don't feel like I produce enough to like make it worth it for people. But I might consider that. Baseball falls out of that, converts to 21. Oh my god. I don't know, man. I just don't get it. Why? I think Zubac. I don't know. I'm also like not crazy high on Zubac. Compared to some people, I think he's good, but I thought the season he had last year was like a little overrated. Like I thought he was good last year, but I don't think he was like the all-star level guy that people thought he was. And I think the way he's playing this year is like closer to who he was. Oh my god. You see that number? You see that 3 right there on the screen? You see that? You see that 3 right there? I see that 3 right there. Is the Tankathon sim updated yet? Because I'm already crashing out. Okay, we get number 1. Yep, number 7. LA Clippers. Oh my god. I love Caitlin, and I know Caitlin likes Zubac, and I think Zubac is good, and he fits well with Hallie, but he's just like, I mean, I also think it's a very nice like fit. You know, it's like a very nice, I don't know, very nice like fit, and it makes sense, but it's just like such an unbelievably short-sighted move for an organization like in a team that just doesn't need to be short-sighted. Oh my god. Kobe to the Hornets. I love Kobe to the Hornets. I just think Kobe's like a better version of that player, and they basically gave up just like some second-round picks for him. I mean, if the Jazz turned down this offer for Walker Kessler, I'm seeing those reports, and if true, that's truly psychotic. Truly psychotic. Oh my god. Why the fuck would they do that? I don't know. I was ready to just like yap about the trades and talk about prospects and update everyone on my life, but oh my god. I was literally, yeah, I'm glad it's Zoo and not Kessler. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But like if we miss out on like Caleb Wilson or King, I think Kessler is not that good. I don't think Kessler is that great. I wouldn't. If this was Walker Kessler, I would be saying things that would get me banned. I mean, Zubac is at least good. Like I don't. If if we pat if we like don't get don't get Flemings or something, because oh my god, I don't love, I mean 2029 unprotected pick is whatever, but you're just like really gambling that you're just going to be contending for the next 3-4 years. And like I think the Pacers are set up to do that. But like, okay, is that after Pascal's contract runs out? I think that might be, yeah. I think that's going to be after his, that's going to be well after. Oh, okay, so no, he's a UFA okay, so yeah. I mean, so yeah, they're going to have Siakam off the books. They're not going to have a pick. Ugh. What the fuck? Favorite Kawhi team if the Clippers trade him now? That would be wild if the Clippers traded Kawhi. I don't know. I haven't even thought about that. Kawhi would be, I don't know, man. Like Minnesota would be sick. Pacers first. So yeah, if they get their Zubac went for more than Jared Jackson. Ugh! Oh, I think playing the odds in a draft like this for a substar player is just truly and plainly psychotic. I think it's just an inexcusable decision in a draft this good. And, you know, it's not like they just gave up picks. They gave up Mathurin. They gave up Isaiah Jackson. And they gave up another unprotected pick that, hey, in 2029, you're losing that pick. And it's not even just about like, yeah, like whatever, they lose 2029, 2031 picks. But there's the value of having that flexibility is just so important, I think, especially in the modern NBA with the second apron. So, yeah, I think this was like a medium reward, astronomical risk move to me. And yeah, I think that's just very disappointing. I don't know. Let's talk about other trades. I like Jaren for the Jazz. I think that was a good, like, relatively low-cost swing. It's kind of a weird team to trade for Jaren, but at that price, I'm not mad at it. Like, I think Jaren is great and has been in a suboptimal situation lately. And I'm excited to see what he can look like especially with a better offensive coach than he's had for a minute. I see someone tweeted that. Yeah, basically it's going to be like a coin flip to whether or not the Pacers pick Kaveh. Yeah, but like you could have added Cam Boozer to the team without doing this. Like you like created all this risk for a reward to me that's just not worth it. Like with all they gave up and all of the future flexibility they cost themselves, it's just sure if it works out, but like yeah, I mean, if it's like, oh, if the Mavs trade Luka and then they win the lottery and get Cooper Flag, great, like whatever, right? But just from a process standpoint, I think it's just a disaster, and maybe it works. And again, even if it works out, great. But yeah, I just don't think it's that easy. Like I really don't think it's that easy that if it works out, they're a dynasty. Because who knows? Maybe someone likes Cam Boozer and it's AJ Debinsa, and Debinsa isn't good enough. You know, just is kind of the guy that draft Twitter people not in the league, I guess, think that he is, right? Like there's so many ways that this can go wrong, and like literally one narrow path that it can go right. And for a team that was literally in the finals as is. I mean, they lost Miles. Miles isn't good anymore, and Miles wasn't even that good in the playoff run. Like, it's just I think it's like again, yeah, sure, like could work. Maybe like I don't know, Anthony Davis and Trae Young are super healthy, and the Wizards win a championship. Like there's so many things that could happen, but um, but yeah, honestly, if it was like 1 through 5 protected, I'd still be upset, but like a little less upset since I do think there's a drop off after 5 in this draft. Ugh. Trey and Eves. I don't even know if that would have like. I think I still would have felt the same. I wouldn't have been. I would have still been upset. Like I'm not crazy on Trey, and like I like Misi. I like Eves as like a low cost swing. Big board here. I'll just put my board up 1 second on the screen for a sec. This is what I've got at the moment. And I'm gonna link this in the chat so you guys can look, so y'all can look through it. But oh my goodness, Pacers tank is gonna be crazy, man. It already is crazy. Oh man, it's unfortunate. It's a bummer. On the other side, though, I think the Clippers have killed this deadline. Like I think they did so well with this and the Garland trade. Like very, very impressed by the work that they did. Obviously, this is just an unbelievable. Obviously, this is just like an unbelievable deal for them. But I think the Garland one was great process as well. Like I like that a ton for them, even if it's not like guaranteed to work out or anything. Yeah, what do I have? I have like 122 guys in here right now. But yeah, I wish it was Jaren. I get that like the Pacers are bad. They're gonna lose. They are gonna keep tanking, but they were gonna do that anyways. Yeah, Michael's awesome. I think I don't particularly share a lot of the concerns that people have about him. I mean, I don't think he's like a tier, like a true like blue chip guy like the top 5. But I think green chip or whatever you want to call him, that second tier. I still think Michael is pretty clearly in that range and is a very good prospect. Higher chance. Definitely not. I definitely don't agree with that. Yeah. Small shout out Pablo. I love the state of the league, guys, and I am waging war against their crusade on small guards constantly. The small guards aren't even that small. Like the Pacers should have traded for nobody. They should have sat on their hands and done nothing and said, this is our year off. We'll be back next year. I wonder if Ja is going to get traded. That one surprises me. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very disappointed. Reed and Rob are not the only 2 small guards. I was also not crazy. Like I also don't think the just cope. I'm not gonna cope. I'll cope eventually maybe, but right now I'm just gonna be upset. all small guards are not the same. Like Michael is like 6'3", 6'4" with a long wingspan. Like Kingston Fleming is 6'3", 6'4" and built and strong. Like Reed and Rob are like 6'1" without shoes with no wingspans. Like I think the idea that like every like sub 6'5" guard is just the same is, I think, crazy and a fairly common sentiment that people have. And like I do fade a lot of smaller guards because I think they do small guard things. But like Michael is not even like a small guard to me. Like Phylon is definitely smaller than the other guy. Like Sturts, obviously Tanner and like Akub, those guys are obviously small. Michael is not 6'1". I would bet good money that he measures at least 6'2", 6'3", and 6'2", 6'3". That choose the combine. I think he's grown and gotten significantly more athletic, and he was already almost 6'2" in 2024. So I think he plays quite. I mean, he's aggressive, he's explosive, he gets downhill, and I just like looking at him compared to what he was. I think he's very obviously bigger, and thicker, and plays with more force. So yeah, I actually would definitely disagree with the idea that he plays functionally small. Defensively, I think he's whatever, but he has tools. But yeah, I think people are just like, I don't know. It's easy to be like, oh, all small guards suck, and then you miss out on the game-changing small guard, and then they're like, oh, why didn't we draft that guy? You know, it's just because like the simple archetype-based analysis is not good. It's just whatever, you know. But yeah, Michael's great. I don't know. Let's run we got 7 minutes. Are we gonna get any more deals in the next 7 minutes? Surprised we didn't get a jaw. A lottery game is gonna be so fun. Not for me. It will be. It's gonna be fun for everyone else. It's gonna be super fun for everyone who's not a Pacers fan. I guess Clippers fans, but like even Clippers fans, even Clippers fan, the odds are on this side. This type of thing never goes the Clippers' way. Fair enough. These things never do go the Clippers' way, but yeah, man, 52. Yes, like just under 50 to get this. And again, I mean, I think losing out on the 5th or 6th pick in this draft plus whatever, I think could be really disastrous. Regardless of the Clippers, but whatever. Yeah, I'm happy with Pacers get 4 Siakam members. Caleb turns Evan Mobley to absolute demon. I need it. I so need it. That would be wonderful. I mean, there's so many teams. At least I take a little bit of solace in the fact that like there's so many teams this trade deadline that I'm like, what on earth are you cooking? It's just kind of unfortunate that my team is one of those teams, and yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're cooking. Truly, yeah, honestly. I think so many of the teams that made trades would have just been better sitting on their hands and doing nothing. Like I think so many teams just traded to trade. Like Washington, I think just trading to trade. I'm a Pacers fan. Washington, just trading to trade, I think is probably like the big one that I'm just very confused. Like, I don't know. I don't really understand. Let's run some Sims and the Pacers don't get a top 5 pick. And the Pacers get the 2nd pick. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to spend a sickening amount of time on Tankathon. I'm having to mock that 5 through 9 for the Clippers. I mean, like, I think the Clippers are in a great spot. Yeah, but it's just... I also wish I liked Zubats more. Like I just don't like. He's good, but he's just not the kind of player you like move this kind of capital for. Yeah, Lakers. I don't know. I mean, what do the Lakers even have to trade? Like I don't know. I kind of get it. I mean, I think they were. It seemed like they were going for Kessler. I mean, I don't think Kessler is. I don't think Kessler is that crazy, and is that crazy or anything. I'm like, I wouldn't be like so excited about getting him. But like, it would be better than what they have for sure. Rui in a first. What first do they even have? I guess they have like all. Yeah, I guess they don't have. I guess they just have their picks mostly, aside from what like 2031 they gave up. I assume they have most of their 2031, 2032. Yeah, okay. I mean, so I think like, yeah, I don't know. I think it could have been definitely. I would have liked to see the Lakers make a move. I don't think. I don't know if the Lakers. I don't know if there was a move on the table that really would have made the Lakers like legit contenders this year. If that move existed, it would have been. It would have been. Yeah, it would have been. It would have. It would make sense, but I just don't know. One minute. Let's see what we get. Oh wait, I didn't see the Cole Anthony, Usman Jang to Milwaukee, Nick Richards to Chicago. Some things we just don't need notifications for. But as we all know, the real winners of the deadline are the Oklahoma City Thunder, unfortunately, for everyone else. But Connect, I just mean Connect was just fine. I actually had Connect's. I know Connect. He was mocked like obviously way higher. I had him lower than where he went, and I didn't think he was that good of a prospect. But obviously, it would be nice if Connect was a player for them. And I don't know, who could they have drafted in that spot to actually make a difference? There's probably somebody that they could have drafted there instead of Connect that would have been better. Like who they could have gotten, like Jalen Tyson's good. I guess Keyshawn would be nice. Ryan Dunn would be nice. AJ Mitchell. Oh my God. Okay, yeah, maybe there are a lot of players maybe there are a lot of players here that the Lakers probably should have taken over Dalton Connect. Tyson I like a lot. TDS is good. Keyshawn is a good swing. TSJ is good. Dunn is good. Everyone see Collier had 1 million assists last night? That was awesome. Dunn went 28. No, and I was saying Dunn with the Connect pick, like with the 17th pick, would have been fine. Even like, I don't know. Obviously AJ. I mean Jalen Wells. I feel like was better than everyone expected, but yeah, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what the Jazz look like. I'm certainly intrigued by. Yeah, I like Oso. Oso a good one as well. Yeah, I think Oso would certainly be helpful to them right now. I don't know what the Lakers are going to do. Yeah, they're kind of fucked. I don't really know. Yeah. The issue with the 1 through 4 thing is that it's just like not true to me that the class drops off big time after 4. I know it's the consensus kind of thought, and that's probably what the Pacers maybe think, but I pretty strongly disagree with that. And obviously they're making these decisions with like their internal thoughts on the class and everything in mind, but I am not them, and I have my own thoughts and things, and of course will have my own thoughts on the kind of levels of the moves. But cap space, yeah, I guess the Lakers have at least like can have a relatively healthy cap, especially after like LeBron. But yeah, I don't know if the Jazz had the same protections, or I don't know if the Kessler deal had the same pick protections. But if they did and they turned that down, then Danny Ainge, I don't even like that would be crazy. I kind of don't think they got the same pick package for Kessler because like there's no shot they'd actually turn that down, right? Like, I don't know. Did they really? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't understand. And like it makes even less sense because like Will Hardy clearly is not a Walker Kessler guy and has never been, and like they have never rushed to pay him. So like why all of a sudden now are they not interested in taking on a crazy offer? I think Zubac is going to be a good fit with. I mean, he's a great fit with Halliburton. He's going to be an upgrade. I mean, extremely low bar, but he's going to be a defensive upgrade to who they've had lately. I mean, it's not saying a ton or anything. And I think I like the idea of the Pacers just getting more options, like just more optionality for different matchups. But yeah, I mean, at least that's like yeah. And like I think they can definitely like still do that with other players, but I just think Zoo probably allows for more versatility, and it's just like a much better player than Miles. So like from that perspective, I also don't think losing Isaiah Jackson is nothing. He's another guy. I mean, his injuries obviously have just fucked him, but I think he made some like and it might be one of those situations where just like he's lost too much important development time to really like make good on the flashes. And in that case, I do understand that. I do understand that, but yeah, I think this is. It'll be interesting. I don't know. All right, deadline is no Ja trade. What the hell are the Grizzlies going to be? That's going to be a weird team. I'm definitely intrigued to see what they look like. And like there's some young talent. It's just like the problem with I don't know. All their young guys are like always hurt. Like Edie is great, but he's I don't know. The health stuff with him seems worrying. Coward is good though. Coward was certainly a hit for them, I think, at this stage. Someone said the Wizards also recently dangled Chris Middleton in a pick to Sacramento Kings. Sacramento wanted more. I've seen Kings fans' constant crash out is, man, I feel so. It could be worse. It could always be worse, you know. You know, what did Jaren Jackson say? It could always be worse, right? Like people, there's like wars and stuff. Yeah, I like the Grizzlies young group. I think they have an intriguing group of young players. The lack of Ja trade just makes it kind of feel weird to me. But yeah, no, I like their young core. I don't think it's like a crazy core or anything. And they're still going to need like, I don't really know what exactly their pathway. I don't know what exactly their pathway to that is, to like their next like game changing, you know, needle moving stars. Maybe Coward has the ceiling to become that. I mean, I don't necessarily expect him to, but I don't know, with the way he's been improving over the last couple of years. Dog, did they actually waive Cam Thomas? No shot. Wow. I don't see if did they actually waive him? Who's reporting this? Oh, I see the Skoda. Wow. Damn. Damn. I mean, he's obviously been in the doghouse forever, but I'm kind of surprised they actually waived him. It's like obviously he hasn't been in the Nets' good graces like literally ever. So it's not like it's the most shocking like that, but wow. Damn. That's surprising. I mean, I like Jordy. I'm not crazy about what the Nets are. I mean, I don't know. At least they're wow. Yeah. I still think Cam could be I mean, it's just hard to know with players like that who you just like never seen in a scaled down role. Like theoretically, said it. Hey, what? Hey, Rob. Yeah, I mean, their defense is. I think Jordy is. It probably says all you. I mean, I don't think any of us really needed like more proof that Cam can't play defense, but like with the way that Jordy has gotten everyone to defend, but yeah, I am at least somewhat curious to see what Cam could do in a scaled down role. I mean, it's just like I don't know if we have any like Nuggets. That'd be interesting. I don't know if we have any like real reason to believe that he will be willing to like take a small scaled down role on a good team other than that like human beings grow and change as they get older. But like I don't know him personally. I don't know exactly I don't know exactly what the deal is going to be there. But like I'd be at least intrigued to see what Cam could look like. But yeah, the Lakers signing Cam Thomas would be like a really funny would be a really funny thing. Surely getting waived by the Nets is a wake up call. You'd think, right? I mean, I don't know. You certainly would think so. Also, I just like so lost in the shuffle with this truth. It doesn't play. So lost in the shuffle. I will miss Mathurin a little bit. He was definitely frustrating, but he definitely did make strides and had some undeniable, incredible playoff moments for us. Obviously some, bad moments as well, but there were a few. I mean, he had the 23-point game against the Cavs. He had the game 3 in the finals. He was really good. So yeah, I mean, shout out Ben. I was definitely critical of him throughout his tenure, but I don't know. He did a lot for us, and I do appreciate Mathurin. So salute. I will definitely be rooting for him in LA. I think he's cool, and it would be cool to see him break out. I'm not sure. I'm not like crazy high on. I mean, as people know, I'm not like I'm not and have never been crazy high on him, but yeah, I like it. No jaw trade interesting. What other big trades have happened? The Porzingis Kuminga trade. That happened as well. That happened as well. I don't really understand. I think for the Warriors, it's literally just like a zero risk move where it's like, yeah, you're probably getting nothing out of Porzingis because he's never playing, but like if he does, it'll be awesome. And like, I mean, especially post Jimmy ACL, like whatever. They obviously weren't paying. They obviously weren't paying Kuminga. And like, I don't really care about the Hawks trading Porzingis. Like he's an incredible player, but like it's just hard to rely on a guy with his level of health. So I don't like totally fault them for moving on from Porzingis, but like for Kuminga and Buddy, why? I think Kuminga is like just does not fit in, like, I don't understand. Like the Hawks already do not have guys who can shoot. They don't have perimeter creation. They don't have reliable on-ball decision making, and they just traded for a guy who gives them none of that. And like Buddy is on a decently big contract, right? Isn't Buddy getting paid decent money? I don't remember exactly what deal he's on, but I think I remember it's more than nothing. But yeah, OKC is getting a very high pick again, and the league is probably fucked. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Buddy is, yeah, I mean, that's not nothing. Okay, so they can get rid of him before. Okay, so they can get rid of him in the summer of. Okay, so get rid of him 2020. That's not terrible with that guaranteed money. Yeah, I meant to be showing my screen this whole time, but yeah, not terrible. That's not as bad as I thought it was. I don't know why I thought he was making more than that, but still, like, I don't know. I don't love that. And I think Kuminga is just like, I don't get it. I don't really know what the Hawks are going to do. I don't understand where like their next leap or such is going to come from. Cause like I'm skeptical it's internal. Like I think Jalen Johnson can keep getting better, but I think his offensive ceiling, especially in the half court on the ball, is probably always going to be at least somewhat limited. And like, what is this sick? What is the, yeah. Them and like 7 other teams are just like praying for lottery odds, which, you know what? Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I think that really is like their path, right? It's just that pick. But what does this say about Reese's share? Like, I don't know exactly what their plan for him is. Like, I obviously like wasn't a big fan of him out of the draft, and I thought that was a bad pick at number 1. But like, he hasn't been horrible or anything this year. He's kind of the same guy he was last year, at least to me. But are you just like punting on this? Dude, if the Hawks get Caleb Wilson, that would be so fucked for them. I mean, I love Caleb Wilson, but like talk about another guy that like can't shoot or dribble in Atlanta. I think people would riot. I think they would riot. I do love Caleb Wilson though. I mean, I think Caleb rocks, but damn, I'm kind of surprised Cam didn't at least get like a 2nd round pick. But yeah, man, Cam getting waived is crazy. I mean, it's not that crazy. I don't know. But man, I don't understand what exactly the idea is here. I mean, where do we go from here? I just don't know. Like, is Nikhil like is he your best long-term option as a handler going forward? Is that the case? Because if so, like I have very little faith in Dyson really improving as an on-ball player to a degree that would actually change the math. Yeah, Nikhil's around until for a long time. So I mean, that's a good option. Nikhil is good. And then he went back. Should have kept Buffkin. I don't know if that was the answer either. He is. I do see. I do. I mean, Nikhil has been their de facto primary for like a lot of the season. Like that's just like kind of been who he is, and he's been great. Like I think he's having easily his best offensive season. Like he's an awesome offensive player, but yeah, for like a serious playoff team with Nikhil Alexander-Walker as your most reliable ball handler, it's scary hours. Like the Hawks have, unless I'm just like missing someone, the Hawks have 0 players who can like dribble, shoot threes, and also get to the paint. It's like a very, I don't know. It's not that crazy of an ask. Yeah, Dyson's offense. I mean, this is always the worry with him as a prospect, right? Even beyond the shooting. Yeah, Dyson. Yeah, he's at 12% from three. But like even beyond that, like he's a pretty turnover happy player. It's not like he's like gets them a decent amount, but I bet in the half court that's definitely less. Yeah, not great, but it's just rough. Like it's real rough the way. I'm sure the self-created play types are ghastly. Yeah, they always are. CJ, I did forget. Yeah, CJ exists. He can't get downhill though. I don't think CJ has any of that kind of juice anymore. I haven't peeped the room numbers in a second actually, but yeah, pretty low. I mean, actually not as terrible as I thought per 75s, but especially in like the play. Oh, I forgot they got Gabe Vincent. There you go. Yeah, Dyson. I mean, I think it's just like a good cautionary tale for just like how important half court scoring is, even for prospects whose thing isn't necessarily half court scoring, right? Like obviously you're not drafting Dyson because of his scoring, but definitely seems to like, obviously he's super young. But I've seen the G League stats. They're hilarious. G League is just like such a fake environment. I have a hard time parsing that. But yeah, I'll pull them up for anyone who hasn't seen them lately. And like, there's literally, God, the G League, and there's just like no good webs because like the NBA stats website for the G League is like unusable for whatever reason. It's like, dude, I promise you Kobe Buffkin has played regular season games and you're not going to show me any of the numbers. But yeah, 26 points, 26 and a half points. Can't see any of the efficiency numbers today because the website does not want us to. But yeah, Kobe is getting him buckets. Yeah, the highlights from the Kobe G League games are incredibly fun. Let's see if I can pull those up. Yeah. 41-70.
You were being guarded by Davis.
Kobe. But yeah, I like Kobe Buffkin. I mean, I don't mind him. I didn't think he was like that incredible of a prospect or anything, but I probably would not have cut bait on him as soon as I did if I was Atlanta. Like I wasn't crazy. I think they overdrafted him, But I mean, he was obviously talented, but yeah, I don't know. Mignon is the best card. Shout out Mignon. Has he played it all? He's like barely. He hasn't really been allowed to play at all this year, has he? He must have been. I was gonna say I don't think he's played at all this year, really. But I would love to see Chris get in. Yeah, I love Mignon. He was a sleeper prospect I liked quite a bit, as did many people on the internet, just because of his crazy defense. But I'm always skeptical of like the shot making highlights, just because the shooting samples are so fickle. But yeah, it looks good hitting shots off the three. I just like the stuff that I've always wanted to see from Kobe Buffkin, where like people called him a point guard and he never ever did point guard things. Like he was never making consistent decisions with the ball. He wasn't really beating pressure with his handlers passing. He wasn't generating clean paint touches, like blending his scoring and his passing like you thought. He always played like a two guard to me, which is fine. Like you can be a two guard, but yeah, he really might be, honestly. They should try Mignon. I agree with that. I don't hate that idea. I mean, might as well at this point. Like, why not, right? Ooh, good pass there. There we go. But yeah, lack of rim protection, extremely apparent here. It doesn't really require a particularly accurate pass to get this lob into this space, but makes it nonetheless. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think Keontae was definitely a better prospect to me than Buffkin. But yeah, I mean, a good example of like how important situation and like environment are, right? Like Keontae basically got like 2+ years of like reps with basically no leash, regardless of like the mistakes he made, and an offensive system that plays to his strengths really well. And obviously he's like in year 3, we've seen the benefits of that. And of course, Kobe didn't get that. So I think always important to consider. There we go. I mean, it's just like you're never really going to get in the G League like the high level, like reading second level help stuff, just because that doesn't really happen as much. Yeah, Keontae's made a crazy leap. I mean, he improved a bunch this offseason, and I definitely credit him to it. But like, I don't think he makes that improvement without having Will Hardy and without having the kind of ecosystem that the Jazz have in terms of like creating shots via off-ball movement, and just the way that they kind of distribute their touches in a way that most teams don't, like with the kind of cut. Well, the Jazz are, I mean, I've always said this since Hardy got here, but like they're the most football offense. Like they will have their point guards play game manager quarterback like few other teams do. And like, that's not a slight, right? But that's just how they run their system. But obviously that's helped Keontae. Yeah. I loved the ace fit as well. I agree. I think it's probably worth questioning whether or not like Hardy can develop young players on defense, because pretty much none of his young players over the last couple of years have been good defenders. But it's always hard to like parse, like, is that because this specific sample are just bad defensive players and they would have been bad elsewhere? Is it because of the way that they coach? Do they not value? So like, right, it's like we don't know these things. But certainly definitely noticing a trend. Like Keontae has, to me, regressed defensively since he was in college. Pretty clearly. I'd say Taylor Hendricks as well, though Hendricks obviously has the major injury stuff that it's hard to like really fault him for that. Cody was always bad. Yeah, Kessler's solid, but like I'm not as high on Kessler's defense as a lot of people, and I still think that like he's had a lot of friction in that system, and was like already a good defender as a rookie. Basically, like he was good from the jump on defense, and I don't like necessarily credit that to Hardy, but Hendricks I think is fair. Hendricks is is definitely fair. That I think it's just so tough with these like severe lower body injuries early in the career. Like it's crazy watching Jade. It's really sad watching like Jaden Ivey now after the kind of player and explosiveness that he was, even like as a rookie. But yeah, Kessler, I just don't rate like crazy. Honestly, he's fine. I do think he can be a lot better in a situation where his coach actually is like willing to conform to his strengths and not try to make him into a like gigantic wing. Yeah, no, I generally agree. I don't think there's enough like information or like definitive stuff to say that like Will Hardy is a bad coach for, developing and just coaching defense. But I do think it is at least worth monitoring and thinking about going forward. Even if it's not like, I agree that it's not like, I don't think Hardy is like ruining these guys and telling them not to play defense or anything. But I do think it's potentially like worth considering just like what goes on. And then, it's like, does the front office just like not value the defensive side of the ball like they should? And I think that's also like, you can totally argue that as well. I think that's reasonable too. Yeah, the Jazz have a weird front office, they're just a strange, I don't understand. Jaron Trade says otherwise. I don't know. I mean, to me, I think that's the epitome of strange. I mean, I guess in terms of, I guess, just like wanting to get your defender finally, that does make sense. I think that's just like the weirdest trade, honestly. At least when it comes to like Jazz return. I don't think it's as weird for the Grizzlies. I mean, I understand why the Grizzlies obviously were yeah, I don't know. I'm fascinated to see Utah. I don't really know what they're going to look like. And I think it could be fun next year. I mean, I think Keontae is clearly at least, I think his offense is pretty legit, pretty clearly at this point. Saying Leonard Miller is the best player in the IO trade. I think these people there's no way people are actually saying the only way that people are saying that Leonard Miller is the best player in the IO trade is if they like woke up from a coma after Leonard Miller's like G League Ignite season and they were really high on him. And like I've always liked Leonard Miller relatively, but come on, man. I like Io a lot for Minnesota though. Yeah, I mean I like Leonard going to, I think Chris Finch is pretty clearly not a good developmental coach. I mean, I think we have a pretty good, especially with the way that like the mind like Garza's looked. I don't know. Yeah. I think we're definitely fair that Finch is not great with young players. At least not yet, but like, come on. It's not Chris Finch's fault that Leonard Miller can't play defense. Like it really isn't. And Io, I think, is very much what the doctor ordered for that team. I like it for both teams. I mean, I totally obviously understand. I obviously understand why they made that deal. Like, I get why the Bulls did it. I like Io, but totally much more worth it to get the picks and the young talent, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I think Io is exactly what. And the in hindsight, especially, the Dillingham trade just seems like a kind of like front office coaching staff disconnect. Like, those put Leonard's passing priors and size. I mean, like, he's an interesting prospect, man. Like, I'm not gonna. I know you're being sarcastic. At least I assume. But who's my favorite G Leaguer? Shout out Ray J Dennis. I love Ray J Dennis. But yeah, I don't know.